What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Walking the World. Today we're going to be walking from downtown Miami over to Brickell, starting at the Aston Martin residences. And as you'll notice throughout the video, the views in this area of the city are unmatched. And that tall building that kind of looks like a reverse pyramid over there is the Southeast Financial Center. And you might recognize that building from shows such as Miami Vice. It was pretty iconic for the skyline back in the 1980s and was the tallest building for almost 20 years in Miami up until the point of the Four Seasons Hotel being built in Brickell in 2003. And right now, downtown Miami is actually getting quite the renovation, with things such as the Miami World Center being built. And even this area here, since I moved down, has gotten a lot nicer. When I first moved down the Aston Martin residences, which is the building straight up ahead, and now the second tallest building actually, while we're on the subject of tall buildings in the city. This building stands at 817 feet. And it was cool because I got to see this building, which is now one of the most desired buildings to live in the city of Miami, be built and see the construction of that over time. Which was really cool to see an actual skyscraper being built, because back where I'm from in Detroit, that doesn't really happen too often. And in terms of big cities, what I really like about Miami is the blend of high-rises and the city feel, along with nature, and how easy it is to just like come out here. You know, you could literally, to the left of us, come sit at the water basically, and just sit here and meditate or relax or whatever. It's such a peaceful place, despite being a big city, that is just so easy to enjoy. And if you're enjoying the video so far, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, and share it with a friend as well. let's start making our way over to Brickell. As I was saying earlier, downtown Miami is getting quite the revamp, and really this area here has gotten a lot nicer, but there's areas of downtown Miami which is a couple blocks away actually, which we'll see in a second. Miami Tower, which sits at kind of the heart of Miami Avenue right now. That's the area that's getting the whole revamp with the World Center, which is much needed. There's a lot of times, especially at night, if you were to walk on Miami Avenue, it kind of looks like a zombie apocalypse what is going on basically. Even during the day, it just, nothing's open. Homelessness isn't as rampant during the day, but it's still not the most pleasant place to hang out. And it's crazy because it's literally just a couple blocks from where we're standing right now. But I'm sure in the next 10 years, it is going to be probably the spot that most people are going to want to be moving to with all the updates that are going on in the city. And up ahead here is Miami Tower, another very iconic building, especially from the TV show Miami Vice. Definitely a must-see at night. And up ahead you're going to notice the Brickell skyline just over the bridge here. And I'd say Brickell is actually my favorite part of Miami-Dade County at this current moment. It's always been for me such an inspiring place. Just with the way the skyline is, the way the buildings look, and the palm trees, and the growth that's always going on here. I mean, as you can see, there's a couple cranes putting up a building right there. And all the buildings in Brickell basically all look nice and modern. You can tell there was actually a lot of thought put into these buildings as well. Since it's summer, you're going to notice that traffic is pretty light, but in the winter time and during season, this area here can get pretty packed up with cars, especially if the drawbridge decides to go up. But that is one of the benefits of Florida as a whole, is the summertime is usually pretty easy to get around just because many people go back to their home states. And up here at the Icon, this has always been one of my favorite pieces of architecture here with these faces as like a structural form to the building.